Okay, who here hasn't been to space?
Why?
You better not throw up on my ship.
Approaching jump in 3, 2,
Last
1.
night. This was announced last night. Last night we had saw the report that Doctor Strange is being fast-tracked and moved forward to come out before Secret Wars. And that was kind of something I had mentioned last night. I didn't mention Doctor Strange, but I did mention like Clea and the Dark, seeing some more of the, like, because they were talking about the Midnight Suns. The Midnight Suns is one of the things that the Marvel spoiler subreddit had talked about coming in the future of the MCU. And we were kind of wondering, and what were we going to see that coming, the Midnight Suns, where we're going to see that start to form? Is that going to be in Blade? Are we going to see that maybe with something in Moon Knight? Are we going to see something with Ghost Rider even maybe? Or were we going to even see something with Doctor Strange? But I was like, but he's with Clea. But they could put Clea a part of the Midnight Suns if they wanted to, Yeah. But now that this is now moving forward, obviously we would have to see a Doctor Strange 3 before Secret Wars.
Right.
So now seeing that this is going on, this is coming from the Direct. I'll read to you guys what they are saying. It says, new rumors suggest the Marvel Studios intends to release Doctor Strange 3 sooner rather than later. While it's true that Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness was only released in May of 2022, despite being a commercial success, the film set up more than it accomplished. Oh, that's true. Following the announcement of the multiversal saga, Avengers, the Kang Dynasty, and Secret Wars, fans questioned Stephen Strange's involvement and how this sequel would contribute. Now, new rumors indicate that Benedict Cumberbatch, the three-eyed sorcerer, may be starring in his own threequel before the Avengers assemble again. According to insider Jason Kane at Great Phase, Marvel plans to release another Doctor Strange film before Avengers: The Kang Dynasty, and with Scott Derrickson back in the director's chair. He goes on to say, in a tweet, the scooper claimed that 2026 will include Doctor Strange 3, Kang Dynasty, and Eternals, and the Eternal sequel. 2026, Doctor Strange 3, Kang Dynasty, and Eternal sequel. They are exploring moving Avatar 4 up to November or delay it back a year to give Secret Wars December instead of pushing it to May 2027. So, remember guys, I also said that I believed that 2027 was on the table for them to push things back, because we've been seeing pushbacks. Like Echo got pushed back to 2024, which I think is going to be good for the show. Because again, as I stated before, I do like Echo in the comics. The MCU's Echo, you didn't give me enough to care about an Echo series. Right. So I think, pushing it back and maybe juicing it up a little bit, hyping some things up, that could be good for it. Then you've got Agatha Coven of Chaos has been also pushed back to 2025 after Daredevil Born Again. Again, because they're needing to add things. I mean, you can't say, I don't think it's out of the scope to say, they are trying to juice things up, make things better, right. Make things bigger even, make things make more sense, make things be meaningful even, because there were some things that just in Phase 4 that just, again, weren't meaningful enough to care about moving into Phase 5. And so, even right now in Quantumania, they are doing reshoots right now, like as we're talking, like they are doing reshoots for Quantumania. So Marvel's constantly shifting and doing things to make things, better. But to see that they're wanting to keep it, where it is instead of pushing it to May 2027, I like that, because I'm like, yes, I really didn't want that to be pushed back to another year, so I like that that's being said. But this is coming from Big Screen Leaks, supported certain details of this rumor by posting the following: just heard this as well, not sure about Dickerson returning though. Scott Dickerson first directed 2016's Doctor Strange and was expected to helm Doctor Strange 2 before Sam Raimi was brought on board. While multiple sources are reporting on Doctor Strange 3 sooner than later, there are currently no untitled release slots ahead of Avengers: Kang Dynasty. Therefore, if Marvel intends to squeeze in Doctor Strange 3 or any other MCU films ahead of Avengers 5, delays would be necessary, as these rumors suggest. It's also worth noting that James Cameron already mentioned the possibility of delaying Avatar 4 to 2027, which would allow for some additional reshuffling and a lucrative December 2026 slot. Also, back in October, Charlize Theron teased that she has some work to do in terms of her Doctor Strange 2 character Clea. So, yeah, that's kind of what we know here about Doctor Strange. So I think it's but what the direct did say in there that I want to point out again. That's very true. That we could be seeing a shuffle, not just if Doctor Strange has to be moved, then that means some things are going to have to shift in order to make room for it, there. Right. Unless Marvel knows something we don't know, but we've seen the slate for Phase 5, and there are no empty slots. I don't know where you would fit Doctor Strange in. I don't know. So we could be seeing other things shuffled. Again, I'm hoping that it's not Secret Wars, but we could be seeing some things shuffled out in Phase 5, some things that are maybe pushed back further in Phase 5 at least. So that's kind of what's going on with Doctor Strange there. I'm happy. I'm glad. I'm not going to sit here and say, I'm glad that we do get to see a Doctor Strange 3 before Secret Wars. I was never one that was questioning his involvement in Secret Wars. I was more so questioning how they were going to make it make sense that he was in Secret Wars. But seeing that, this film is moving forward, we're going to get to see Clea, which obviously we're probably going to see her involvement in some kind in Secret Wars, if not heavily involved in Secret Wars, and then moving forward in the MCU, Doctor Strange's life and everything like that. So yeah, I'm really interested because I want to know where that film is going also. It ended with her saying, "You caused an incursion, now you're going to help me fix it." So I'm really interested where that's going, and obviously that's got to tie right into either Kang Dynasty or Secret Wars, because if he's caused an incursion and Kamala Khan has caused an incursion in the Marvels that we're going to see this summer, and it's like, It's interesting. It's interesting. That's why I'm wanting them to pull all this together so I can know what the fuck we're doing. Right. Like I have my my speculations and things like that, my theories, but
it's just not a lot to base it on.
Yeah, it's not a lot to base it on. Yeah.
No, this is good news. One, just because we're getting it sooner, but two, because we've been talking for a while about there's so much that needs to shift into place to pull off Secret Wars, and Doctor Strange is one of the characters we've been talking about as one of the longer lasting ones, definitely one of the more powerful ones that they have. They're going to be going up against Kang. We got Kang Dynasty too. We've been talking about this, and what I'm hoping we get from this film too is another level up Strange. I'm hoping that we finally get Q can finally be happy with the Doctor Strange movie, and that what he learns about incursions, what he learns being with Clea, all that he just basically levels up in his power, and we get more out of we get it closer to the comic Strange level of power, which they're gonna need if they're going to do Kang at that level too, and we're bringing in characters like Sentry, and so this is encouraging. I'm curious, like you, to see what's going to have to shift to fit it in, and if any other projects are going to get moved up.
Right.
If they're wanting to, not push back Secret Wars, because there's just some answers we need, before
gaps got to be filled for sure. Yeah, I agree with you. But as always, question is for you guys. Let us know down below in the comments what you guys are thinking about Doctor Strange being shifted and moving forward, coming before Secret Wars, and now kind of putting some of those conversations to rest about is Marvel going to make it make sense for him to be in Secret Wars if Doctor Strange 3 was coming after. So, let us know in the comments down below what you guys are thinking about that. With the comments.